Hey, welcome back, everybody. Of course, this is Dr. Keith McNally, and we are working through a six-part series in six effective learning strategies for students. And more specifically, these are six effective PBL learning strategies for students. And so I throw the PBL in there because it's kind of a framework for me, and it works well in my personal and professional ideology, just in terms of approach. Now, we know that there are different uh, pedagogical, I always mess up when I say that word, but there are several different pedagogical approaches to teaching and learning. So we could either focus on the question with inquiry-based learning, we could focus on the problem with problem-based learning, and for me, it's project-based learning, and of course, experiential learning, and some of the other learning approaches or teaching approaches, and they're all valid. Okay, so I'm not discounting anything. They all have a specific focus. Inherently, they're all the same. The same core structure is asking questions, getting students involved creatively, socially, intellectually, collaboratively, in terms of building research, asking questions, solving problems, and you get the idea. Okay. So even though one of these pedagogical approaches may focus more on something than something else, get your hands in it, get involved, do the research, whatever it is, we still have the same core element, which is number four. So in my series of six videos, this is number four, and it's developing that passion for learning. So it's talking about lifelong learning. And that's really it. Where are you taking yourself in the future? So as adults, we tend to want to do the time travel back. If you could tell your younger self X, Y, and Z, what would that be? I always say, well, we don't have that capability. This is not a movie, and we're not going back in time. However, we have, you and I, who are teachers, educators, parents, mentors, or whatever else you want to call us ourselves, we have I guess, the responsibility to the younger generation to kind of impart some knowledge, passion, value to what learning is all about. Okay, so whether it's a growth mindset, whether you're going to hash it as growth mindset or hash it as lifelong learning or hash it as learning, impart the value that taking risks, not being afraid to fail, working with others, and asking questions as being the foundation of your lifelong learning experience, then I think you got a good thing going. Because that's really where I'm taking this very short, hopefully shorter than the past vlog today, is that you can focus on being empowered if you have the right skill sets. Okay. So let's focus you as the student. What do you need to do to say, this is me and this is what I'm all about? Now, in IT, and I always going to go back to the IT industry, information technology, in that things are always changing. The engineers in technology and the engineers as engineers are always trying to make things bigger, stronger, faster, more powerful. Let's do things more efficiently. So whatever the tool, whether it be robotics, artificial intelligence, machine learning, regardless, even if it's just a basic web app, is it doing something different, something better? Is it more powerful? Is it reaching more people? Is it helping me market better? Is it helping me communicate better? Is the message getting across more efficiently, clearly? And so you get the idea. It starts from the idea that we are lifelong learners, that there is always something to learn. There's LinkedIn Learning. There's different resources out there. You don't have to go back to school to be a lifelong learner. There are certificate programs, there are certification programs, there's YouTube. YouTube is full of people who want to give you the how-to of something new. And that's a good thing. We are now in an environment, in a world where we want to share information so that we could just be better at something. As I've said before, I'm good at certain things. I'm okay on certain other things. And there are certain things I do rather poorly. Now, do I want to increase those skill sets? Possibly and hopefully. I am in the philosophy that I always want to learn something new. Is it always easy? No, not at all. Is it a challenge? Yes, yes, it is. Am I going to benefit from it? Oh, absolutely. And I take on that philosophy and I take on that ownership because I am not a plumber, but I'll be daggone if I pay a plumber to come in and do a $250 job that I could do for $10 if I buy the piece of equipment from Lowe's. And that's exactly right. I don't want to spend $250 on a plumber if I know that I can go to YouTube and fix the handle myself. That's just one example. You've seen me in the past do some PowerPoint presentations because PowerPoint is a dynamic tool in presenting new information to others. You could use it to tell stories. You could use it to teach an idea. You can use it to share information. And animation makes that more effective teaching tool or learning tool. And I think it's pretty cool. But those are just some really quick examples of what it's like to be a lifelong learner. Find things that you're passionate about, that you want to know more about, or challenge yourself to learn something that you're not really good at. Either way, you're going to keep your mind sharp. You're going to empower others. And most importantly, I guess, is you're going to feel good about yourself because just staying at status quo, just doing the things that you do over and over again because you know that you can do them, that's not lifelong learning. That's not a growth mindset. That's not really empowering anybody. But what we want to be able to do is keep ourselves in a situation where we're going to be more effective as a teacher, more effective as a learner, more effective as an employee, more effective as a parent, more effective wherever you are in life. So a long time ago, when I was in college in the undergraduate program at East Carolina University, my mentor said, "We are always in the process of becoming, but it's up to you to choose which direction you're going. Are you going forward or are you going backwards? You're going one way or the other because you never really stand still. When you stop learning, you stop moving forward. And by attrition, you're going backwards. You're going back to where you started. So if you don't want to go backwards, you got to go forwards. And in order to go forwards, you have to learn something new." So hopefully that was of value to you. That's number 4. Come back again and we'll talk about number 5 and number 6. I'll see you then.